Hi, I'm Kayla. This is our brand new, me and my husband's brand new YouTube channel. We wanted to start a YouTube channel kind of as a vlog talking about foster care, creating an opportunity to maybe just give a glimpse into our life to hopefully either answer questions or spur some excitement in others to get people to do foster care. So I'll just give a little background. Me and my husband Joshua are married. We've been married as of January 30th, one full year. We decided to do foster care after the church we went to had created actually a special safe area for DCS. When they showed at church the video about it, we heard the need for foster parents in our area, and I think that was in May of last year. And so we didn't immediately. It was a crazy situation where I've always wanted to foster or adopt, anything of that nature, and I remember praying to God and saying, God, that really stood out to me today. And if I'm just trying to be one of those cheesy good people who just wants to adopt a cute little baby from wherever, like humble me and just make the idea go away. But if it is your will, place it heavily on Joshua's heart, because Joshua was kind of not so sure about it. It's everything you hear is everything that costs so much, and it's overwhelming with some of the stories you hear. And I think it was 2 days later, he randomly was having a conversation with me about his mom, that he said, I mentioned to my mom about foster care today. Of course, I perked up. Oh, why? And he said, because for some reason it's been heavily on my heart lately. Which immediately I put one and two together and was so excited. Like God had literally answered my prayer like that quick, and it had become that evident. I, told him, hey, it's so insane because I actually was praying about this. Anyway, so we were like, we'll send in an interest form. We're in Tennessee, so we sent a thing saying we were interested into it, and they got back to us immediately and said, okay, well, classes start next week. So we immediately started classes. We finished all our training and were approved by October. And later I can explain the trainings and different things like that. It's really not overwhelming. It was nothing to get done. It was a lot of information, but it was worth it. So anyways, we got approved and started. We got our first call in December. So right now we have 3 boys, 3 different ages. We have a 12-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an 18-month-old. And it's been fun. It's been interesting. There's a lot that goes on in foster care. And like I said, I know a lot of times we hear these insane, overwhelming stories, but when you sit down and you look at it, it's really not that overwhelming. All you have to do is have the heart for it. All you have to do is have the patience for it, the willingness. I mean, nothing's going to be a walk in the park, but the joy that comes from loving these kids and just watching their faces light up about different things they've never got to experience before, it's worth it. It makes it so worth it. Now, we, like I said, foster in Tennessee, but I have friends and family that are in Texas. I'm from Texas, and like I said, anything that I can do to provoke some sort of interest that you guys may want to foster in Tennessee, Texas, I will help you. Like, reach out to me. I will help you find the information. We'll go on the websites, anything that you'd like. Now, we foster actually through the state. We were too young to foster through some of the other organizations that do foster care. I'm 23. We started at 22. I'm 23, and my husband is 25. Almost got that wrong, but he's 25. So, yeah, it's been interesting. We don't have kids of our own, so this is our first step into children. Was, hey, let's just jump in and do foster care. Well, that'll be fun. So we've been getting to learn what it means to be parents. And on top of being parents and understanding, the goal is to say goodbye. And I say that with a smile because we want them to go home. The biggest thing about foster care is that you want those kids back home with their family. they're always going to be more successful when they're back home with their mom and dad. And so that is, we're really, really, really passionate about making sure kids get to go home. But anyways, I'm trying to think of there's so much information that I just want to pour out, but I don't want to do this overwhelmingly large video about it. I could go on about how the process works, and I want to break it up into videos so that, we'll talk about caseworkers, because you deal with a caseworker. You get a caseworker, the child gets a caseworker. Each child may get a different caseworker. You're constantly communicating with that caseworker because they're there to advocate for that child, to make sure that child is taken care of. And, there's also, insurances, health insurance, the kid has their own health insurance, all these different things. So there's a lot of logistics. I think, here's the biggest thing I will say. A lot of people think they start from scratch and they just get these kids, and these kids are all messed up and they're awful, and you've got to make them into this and that, and really, no, they're not. Each child comes from their own sort of trauma, and with you understanding that and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to love them differently and in a way that's effectively and helps them. And also, the state provides them with, we have one child that needs counseling and stuff like that. The state provides it. The state provides it. They come to our home, they go to a school, they're working with his parents. The state really is there for us, and they're helping us. Daycare, we've got a child in pre-K, there's a voucher for it, and we're able to send him to daycare without any worries at all. Sometimes the kids come with absolutely no clothing. The state also provides vouchers for those kids that come with absolutely nothing, and they do. We've had one call that it was in the middle of the day. He was there, they signed him all up for school and was at our house by 3:30. Then we have another child that came as I was making dinner we were making the plates at 8:30 at night. He came. And then we had a child come at 11:30 at night. You really get a call at any time, but each time it's this rush of, I hope he's okay, I hope she's okay, I know that I immediately go into a state of prayer of, just healing, immediate healing, because that child is unfortunately taken from their family, and an unfortunate situation, and each one is different, but there are tears when they come, but then there's also laughter that comes, and there is healing, and it's just an incredible experience getting to do this. And anyways, I'm just excited to share it with you guys, and I will talk to y'all later.